How's it going, everyone? It's your boy Brian back at it again with another episode of the High Notes Podcast. As always, I'm joined here with my co-host,
Melly.
AP.
I had to drag it.
all right. Gentlemen, we have an interesting podcast episode today. We're going to be talking about the Virginia Giuffre suicide.
I thought you was going to say something else.
What did you think?
Let me just let you continue.
Okay. We're going to debate. We're going to have a small debate on 100 men versus a gorilla. This is something that has been captivating the internet, and no one seems to be able to agree on if 100 men could take on a gorilla. We'll be talking about that later on in the show. And then finally, we have two judges in two different states that have now been arrested by the FBI in connection to protecting illegal immigrants and the story behind that. But gentlemen, let's just jump right into the first story. Virginia Giuffre. Do you know who she is?
She was Epstein's Island.
So yes, Virginia Giuffre is one of the main defendants, not a defendant, she's one of the main plaintiffs that brought the original case up against Jeffrey Epstein that landed him in jail back in 2019 is when he got arrested, I believe, somewhere around there.
2019.
I believe it was 2019 when Jeffrey Epstein got arrested.
2019, 2020.
Yeah, so Virginia Giuffre brought accusations against not just Jeffrey Epstein, it was also against the Prince of
England.
England. What was his name?
Charles?
Prince Charles, yeah, brought charges against him.
It was Charles?
Yeah.
Shit.
But
How do you not know the royal family, Brian?
I don't follow. I'm gonna be really fucking honest. I don't care at all about the royal family.
Virginia Giuffre, who accused Prince Andrew of sexual assault, has died.
Yeah.
I don't care about them. I'm gonna be really honest with you guys.
They pull up to your house with some swords, boys. Your ass gonna be mad.
Some Roman about to swing up on you, bro.
Nah. Never that.
Amanda.
And some horses.
And make it text. Central C just playing.
You imagine? But she brought charges against him, and then other the influential people is what the court filings labeled them as. They weren't publicly named because, again, we have no further information regarding who else was alleged in these crimes. They were named, but they were never made public.
Right.
Now, Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide just a few months after being arrested by federal prosecutors. He was in the custody.
Yes, he was. He got murked in jail. We know why.
Now,
Power went out.
Now, time out.
All of a sudden, right?
Time out, McNasty.
I'm surprised. You know what happened to, what's the other girl's name? Giselle?
Glassy Maxwell.
Glassy Maxwell.
Glassy.
I'm surprised she's still alive.
I am very surprised as well, and we should be keeping a very close eye on her because that situation, it might develop into another suicide.
And she locked up?
Yeah, she's currently in jail. She's currently in jail serving time for her what's the word I'm looking for? Accompaniment.
I'm saying
What's her accompanying
accomplice.
Accomplice. That's the word. That's the word I'm looking for the Epstein case itself.
Right.
Now, Epstein committed suicide back in 2019. Virginia Giuffre recently, from what the sources are stating, she committed suicide in her farm in Australia. Now, this is very suspicious. A couple of months ago, a tweet she put out specifically said that she was not contemplating suicide.
Right. Yeah, she said she was not suicidal. She told her therapist. So you think she knew what was about to happen?
Something is off here, gentlemen.
I feel like she was getting like threats.
From who, though?
Oh, that's who you
Epstein's dead.
The Illuminati.
What
do we know
Illuminati?
dead? Have you seen the body?
We're not doing that.
Have you seen the body? No,
we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Body.
Come on, bro.
You ain't see the body.
So you believe that Epstein is still alive? Is this what we're going?
On his island right now, and we would never know.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that he's most likely dead, McNasty. That's gonna be my assumption. Because you have to remember, this was a high profile case, and there were two.
You have to remember, he was in a high profile prison. Magically, the cameras turned off, and then he ended up dead. So come on, bro. Let's be for real,
gentlemen. I am about to take you guys on a little rabbit hole because I am in the camp of, How does any of this make sense? It doesn't make sense. I agree with you, McNasty. Now, Giuffre, adding to this, her lawyer recently had talked to her as well, aside from that tweet, and he confirmed that she was not in any way, shape, or form suicidal. The last time that they had talked, she was talking about adding additions to her house and things that she wanted to do in her future, which is not normal for people that normally tend to be suicidal. That's not normal behavior. So her lawyer pointed that out. Now, how did she get involved with Mr. Epstein? Do you guys know the backstory on how they originally became acquainted?
So was it in the documentary that came out on Netflix a little back?
I didn't watch the Netflix documentary.
Apparently, like, he used to get massages from these girls and then recruit them to his
island.
To his island type shit.
And he's what? She's allegedly one of those girls.
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm asking him.
So all right. So I'm gonna take you guys down this rabbit hole. So Giuffre met Jeffrey Epstein at Mar-a-Lago. the Mar-a-Lago, Trump's estate. When she was still underage, she was working there, I believe, in a summer job. She was approached by Ghislaine Maxwell. That's how she loops into this, because Maxine was apparently looping
the recruiter.
She was a recruiter, essentially, the middleman in these interactions.
And since she's a woman, they probably felt more comfortable.
So this is how they loop her into this. Now, here's the thing. Here's the tricky situation in all of this. She was recruited out of Mar-a-Lago, right? She died recently in 2020. What happened in 2020? Or not, 2025, I mean. What happened recently in 2025? What's something that happened in 2025?
Trump got elected president.
Trump was elected president. Epstein was arrested in 2019 and died in 2019. What happened in 2019? Who was president in 2019?
Trump.
Gentlemen, this gets even more tricky. Trump and Epstein were both named in a completely separate rape case that allegedly happened in 1994. They were both named in this court case, and you can Google this online. It's completely available on the internet. That case was dropped, similar to all of Epstein's other cases, where the person who brought the accusations against them just dropped the case for no reason, right? Weird. It could be that they were innocent. Let's just pretend that they were innocent. There's too many dots right now connecting, but let's just pretend that they were innocent, right? Jim Acosta, do you guys know who he is? Do you guys know who Jim Acosta is?
I like how he knows we don't know who these people are.
I'm asking these questions.
He wants
Like, you just want the audience to know we dumb.
No. That's not the goal.
Okay.
That's not the goal. You guys,
you know who he is? Knowing damn well he
read a whole story.
Right. Knowing damn well he
did his whole.
So, all right. So Jim Acosta is the man that was the state attorney general for the state of Florida that was overseeing the Epstein case. He just so happened to also be a part of the Trump administration a couple of years after that rape case where Epstein and Trump were named in. He was also the attorney general under Trump as well. Suspicious? I don't know. Another dot. William Barr. William Barr was, I believe, the FBI director at the time, but he was the man that was tasked with overseeing this entire Epstein situation. His father is the man that gave Jeffrey Epstein his first ever teaching career.
The fuck?
With no college degree. He was a college professor with no college degree. And William Barr gave him his job. Or William Barr's dad gave Epstein his first job. Gentlemen, I am laying out a conspiracy of the ages, and no one seems to even, this is all public information. This is all public. What do you guys think? Am I crazy? Am I a crazy conspiracy theorist right now?
Okay, first of all, I think you should just slow down.
Okay. Explain.
Right. Because, you just sound very sporadic. So you sound crazy.
I sound crazy. I understand. I'm excited.
But you are making sense though. Like you're connecting dots.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's not too far of a
It's not a reach.
Yeah.
It's not a reach. And think about
Can't be a coincidence.
The president of the United States would have the type of power to sneak some federal agents to do a co-op mission to off somebody in jail. That's something they could easily do. There is a lot of dots to connect. And what's suspicious, for instance, Epstein committed suicide inside of this jail. He was under 24/7 surveillance. There were 2 guards that were tasked with overseeing his cell, and there were cameras in his cell. The cameras magically were turned off during this period of time, and the 2 guards were asleep at their fucking watch. Gentlemen, how? How does that happen?
It's kind of crazy.
How does that happen?
So, but what do you think? What do you think caused them to do something to Epstein? Like, is it the information that he could possibly have on them?
Epstein was a professional blackmailer. He had so much information. He had videos and everything of every one of his clients. So that's why a lot of the internet, especially on Twitter and X, if you go on there, a lot of them want to have the full Epstein list released. Mm-hmm. If you go onto interviews where Trump is talking about the JFK files and the Epstein files, and you guys can search this online, and he's asked about, is he going to release this? He's 100% was on board with the JFK files, and this was pre-election. He was 100% on board with the JFK files, but when he got to the Epstein file, he said we would have to look over that. Right now, the director of Pam Bondi, I believe her name is. I forgot what agency she's in charge of, but she's in charge of the files themselves that link Epstein to all these cases. She has them on her desk from what the White House reports to us. She has not released a single piece of that information on those documents specifically, but we get all of the other information in the fucking world.
I mean, a lot of the stuff that they give out anyway right now, it's redacted information. So they bring out a lot of it, and all you see is like a whole bunch of black lines and stuff taken out. Okay. And I think we talked about this in the last episode, like, why are you giving us the crumbs? Like, we waited.
You want everything.
I want everything. What are you hiding?
Yeah. Now, with the amount of
rabbit hole, that's it.
That's my rabbit hole. With the amount of dots that I laid out for you guys, do you guys think that am I onto something? Am I onto something here?
Nah, shit is connected. I'm not gonna lie. There's too many coincidences.
Too many. I would just like to state I am not suicidal in any way, shape, or form. I want to make that very clear.
We can edit that. That shit's not hitting YouTube. It's gonna get 0 views.
I gotta mention that. All right, gentlemen.
Because there's 0 views.
You're gonna get censored. The clips are not gonna hit.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah.
This whole first segment is not gonna hit.
I'll edit when I say. I'll edit I'll put like a.
And put grape.
Yeah, put something else. Yeah.
Just put like a little.
A little X mark. I am not X. Yeah, let's do that. All right, gentlemen, but the internet has been in active turmoil debating this 100 gorillas versus, 100 men versus 1 gorilla.
This shit got me tight.
Where do we stand here?
I think it's just too easy. I think it's just too easy. Like,
I love when something like starts off on Twitter and it becomes this whole debate. Like I love when that happens. But let's start it off. Brian, 100 men versus 1 gorilla. Let's lay out some stipulations here.
Okay, what are the rules?
The rules is...
Can weapons be used? Let's start off with weapons. That. Ooh, yeah.
Straight hands.
Yeah.
The gorilla... To make it fair, we'll make it a lowland gorilla. What's that? Is it called a low grassland?
Strongest gorilla.
So we looked up online to try to see if we should base this off of
a silverback
gorilla, or the strongest species, according to Google, is the western gorilla species called the western lowland gorillas. So that's what we're basing this off of.
All right, so read the stats, read his IVs, read his level,
All right, so their strength level. All right, so while the western lowland gorillas are slightly smaller than the eastern gorillas, they still possess immense strength. A mature male can lift over 1,763 pounds of a dead weight, is the stats we're looking at in terms of raw strength numbers.
How much they, tell me how much they weigh, how big they are.
Height.
Height, they probably little because they, you know.
Nah, bro, but you need a wingspan.
Oh, wingspan.
Yeah, you got a wingspan too. Give me the stats, Brian. I need it.
The motherfucker's gonna bite you too.
All right.
Jaw strength.
Yeah,
I need that.
Yeah. Wait, what?
A male can weigh up to 450 pounds, standing at around between 5.5 and 6 feet tall. Okay. Right off the bat, these are the largest primates, with males being so significantly larger than and stronger than a human. These gorillas have higher percentage of fast twitch muscle fibers, which contribute to their incredible strength and power. Their bite force. Gorillas have a much stronger bite force than human, capable of breaking and opening a coconut with their teeth.
That's fine.
Listen, it's a motherfucker hammer.
So no
Machete,
weapons,
coño.
straight 100 people, straight
100 men. Straight
and now,
hands.
Brian, you said the gorilla is gonna beat 100 men. Give me your reasoning on why you think that is. Because me and Melly on the same boat.
So,
what do you think?
Simple reason.
No, I know. 100 men just going straight at the gorilla. Come on, they beating his ass.
First of all,
come on now.
Gorillas spend their entire time in the wild.
You telling me 6 people just grabbing his freaking head just like this and just ripping that shit off? You don't think that shit happening?
No,
bro.
No.
say 10 people. Say 10 people hold him down. Each leg. 10 people each leg. Not valid.
You're not holding.
Not even. Okay, so 20 a leg. Boom. 20 a leg. Boom. Boom.
You a gorilla.
How you grabbing this nigga?
You a gorilla grazing in the fucking sun, basking around. You see 100 people running towards you.
Come on now.
Even the gorilla knows he's gonna get his ass.
That's what I'm saying.
First of all, this is the assumption that this is a fisticuff straight to the depths. They're already. Let's pretend that they're already in a ring, right?
I'm saying, yeah.
The gorilla is not gonna run. These are natural defenders. Like, they literally fight for a living. This is their entire lifestyle.
Brian, if you see 100 people running towards you with a fist up in the air, your ass is not gonna be like, if I was a gorilla, I'll fight these niggas. Cause the gorilla is dipping too.
Bro, you're bugging.
You think
just muscle. Have you ever seen, like, just a chimpanzee? Have you ever guys seen a chimpanzee like shaved down?
Yeah, they strong.
They are brolic little fucking monsters.
Bro, but we talking about 100 people. Bro. We talking about 100 men, bro. 100 men running to a gorilla just at once.
You guys are not,
bro.
you guys
20
are not beating a gorilla. I don't care how you try to.
You
with
think the
your
gorilla's
bare
gonna kill 100 people?
Yes, with your bare hands, you are not having.
This nigga thing is King Kong. Nigga, it's not King Kong. It's a regular ass gorilla. Nigga, a gorilla probably look like. Nah, chill. But a gorilla probably like the size of that projector right there. Boom. Okay. Right? Or let's say like
it's gonna be bigger than that. So you're thinking
no way, it's taller than that.
5.5 and 6 feet tall. That's what we're talking. 5'5" and 6 feet.
Bro, 6 feet is me.
Exactly. What?
That nigga's not 6 feet tall.
I am 6 feet.
He's about 6 foot, bro. Because I'm about 6 foot. Well, I am 6 foot.
Okay, allegedly.
So, I hate the niggas that's 5'4" talking about.
That's fucking crazy.
So 6 foot versus 100 people. Bro, if you get 100 people trying to punch you in the face.
Imagine 100 people versus McNasty.
But you have to remember, they're also wide and they're 400 pounds.
400 pounds.
Of straight muscle, lean
you know how
muscle.
much?
But you know how much 100 people
Calculate how much 100 people, like average men.
What am I looking up?
Average the weight. Yeah, there's not even need to weight, nigga. What?
So, but give me your reasoning of why you think a gorilla's gonna be 100 men chasing after him, trying to kill him.
Like,
tell me how.
You don't think 100 people could just stampede a fucking gorilla?
Hell no,
bro.
Hell no. You guys are really underestimating this gorilla in this situation.
He must have seen like War of the Worlds or something with Caesar, and he's just sucking him off or something.
Nah, chill.
Nigga was watching King Kong.
If that was true, right? Even in the movie sense, why didn't they just throw the hands with all the humans? Why they need guns if they can take out?
Why they need horses?
If it's 101 and they got 50 gorillas, why they need guns?
Exactly.
Here, let's do this. I'm gonna search up how many pound feet is needed to snap a person's neck. Let's look up that.
Okay, we're not saying there's not going to be any casualties.
It's gonna be like
It's gonna be
30, it's gonna be like
It's gonna be
30,
like-
40 people die.
Yeah, 30, 40 people getting pieced.
rest?
I'm not going to lie to you.
Killing them.
The rest is killing them.
Come on.
And this is exactly how it's going to happen, bro.
Bro, you don't think
You're
20
gonna have like
people
10
could
niggas
just rip
grabbed-
his fucking arm off?
No,
Bro.
I do not even a little.
Bro, and look, even if it's no weapons, the gorilla gonna
Bro, if
bite
we
us.
talking about
but we
weapons,
gonna
that's too
bite him
easy.
So
too.
you
We're gonna
need-
scratch him too.
Weapons is too easy.
So to
And we're
snap,
smarter than the gorilla. We're going straight for eyeballs.
to break the neck of a
Nigga,
human.
ain't we used to verse fucking woolly mammoths?
But that was using weapons. This is the problem. You're just
So-
using
spears?
weapons.
Spears?
Yes.
So you don't think 100 niggas could just
With
kill a
spears,
fucking
yeah,
gorilla?
sure. Because you're not up
tweaking.
next to these motherfuckers. So
I don't think you know what a gorilla
If it's like-
really
if
looks
it's like a-
Brian.
break
I think a tiger could just.
Have you ever
a
been
tiger
to the
or
zoo?
like a
So
bear?
to break,
I think a bear could.
To break a person's neck, you need 1,000 to 1,250 pound feet of torque.
Bro, but
Bacon,
it's not breaking
French
100
press.
people's necks though.
1,400 plus.
100 people's necks is breaking.
Bro, by the time
you think it's
hand
gonna-
the size of their hand alone is enough to cup a person's hand and snap their shit in half.
Nigga,
with
the
one single
gorilla
hand.
is not Thanos.
Oh my god!
This nigga think he got
That
fucking all
nigga's
the fucking
crazy.
infinity
That nigga's
gems.
crazy. There's no way in that you guys are having a serious conversation and telling me that you're gonna go hand-to-hand combat with a gorilla and win.
Oh, you just
Bro,
been watching-
it's a-
How many
people
casualties?
who-
All right,
So
how many
if-
casualties do you guys think are gonna die out of those 100?
30, 40
Yeah.
people injured.
30, 40.
Severely injured or dead.
But the gorilla is
But
gonna
the
be
gorilla
too
is-
worried about 1, 2, 3, 4 people.
Bro,
The rest is just gonna beat his
the
ass.
gorilla is gonna go strictly off of instinct. The humans are gonna have a strategy. That shit is getting smoked. And you're the only one that thinks that the gorilla is
The gorilla
untouched.
is winning, bro. The gorilla is winning. He can literally snap your neck with one hand.
Bro, but it's not. You think about 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Why would we do that? If
Yeah,
it's
why
100
would we do
people.
one-
How many
versus a
people can
gorilla?
jump a gorilla at any given time?
20,
Nigga, it's 100 people.
25.
Fuck
But
it.
how many
Other
can jump
100
him?
people
How
just
many
jump on
How
him.
many can jump him at a single time? Think about it.
Let's
How
say
many
20
angles could a person be standing at?
Let's
Bro,
say,
you
let's say
thi-
at least
even
20
if so-
people just beat his ass.
Yeah, even so, if you get 5 waves of 20 people, you're not. That shit's getting smoked.
Bro, each leg though.
And all you gotta do is
Man,
hold
you
his
just grab
arms
him.
up. Yeah,
You just
Hold his
grab him.
arms up, grab them.
100
And
dedicated
claw-
people is
you're
not
just-
killing a
Not
gorilla.
holding this nigga down.
You're just clawing.
10 people can't hold down a gorilla.
No, bro. All right. Let's look
They
at
do
this.
that in the zoo. What are you talking about?
Who does that in the zoo?
People don't fucking hold down a gorilla in the zoo.
No. What are you talking about?
So with the they don't do that with a
They hit him
gorilla.
with a dart gun, yeah, to put him to sleep. That's the only way you're getting up next to a
He's
gorilla.
Fucking bullshit.
What is conversation are we having right now?
Imagine 100 fists. No, imagine like 50 fists and like
Whoa.
50 kicks coming at you.
Wait, 100 what?
What do you mean? What are you trying to do?
100 what?
100 fists.
That's kind of crazy. Bro.
That's not. That's a stretch, bro. I'm telling you.
A stretch.
That's yo chill.
You
Yo chill.
can't on it. All right.
But there's no way you actually think that 100 men can't beat one single gorilla.
I mean, like you be
The
getting hurt in
punching
my head.
force, the punching force of a
Bro, it's not
professional boxer.
punching 100. Listen, a boxer.
A professional boxer has a punching force. It maxes out at about 1,000 pound feet. A gorilla would be able to pull about 1,800 pound feet with a single punch.
When have
A
you ever
professional
seen?
boxer.
When have you ever seen a
How
gorilla
many
punch?
men are professional boxers?
You ever seen a gorilla punch?
And they punch each other.
Oh no.
Think about that.
Seen a gorilla fight.
All right.
You're not taking a single punch from that motherfucker.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know.
It's the sheer numbers, bro. It's
Even
a
if-
sheer numbers.
Just think about it. Have you guys ever seen like gorillas like just moving around like in a
Bro,
circle?
have you ever seen a
Them
gorilla
motherfuckers spin.
fight 100 niggas? It's gonna get tired.
Bro,
It's by the 20th person is gonna be dead.
it
Exactly.
only has to swing its arm 100 times for everybody to lose.
This nigga
said
think
It would
that?
only
One
have to
Punch
swing
Man.
its arms 100 times. I'm calling it now.
No,
I'm calling it
doesn't.
now.
You're on drugs.
I'm clearly the only person who's comparing the numbers.
So you're
here.
saying the gorilla's just gonna one hit KO 100 people?
Yeah, easily.
Nigga, what?
Easily.
100 people going towards a gorilla. You think a gorilla just? Huh?
Your skull alone is not designed to withstand that type of fucking hit. You can't take one hit.
Bro, the
from a professional
gorilla
boxer.
is gonna punch like 5, 6 people. Boom. the rest is just gonna jump on them.
That's true.
Bro, it's 100 people.
People.
Would you
bro.
take a
How much
think-
energy does a gorilla have to punch 100 people?
100
They
people
fight
and not
professionally.
Now they fight professionally.
They fight in the
The
water.
gorillas are professionals. He's just yapping, and the shit is he
Nah,
be saying
he
shit,
didn't.
and then he be
He
running to Google.
look, he trying to search it out. Look at this.
He be running to Google and put
Because
shit.
y'all are arguing
Could a
straight
gorilla
off of,
be in
oh
there?
man, this is how I feel. No, we're looking up numbers.
We're
I need
arguing
numbers.
off of common fucking sense. That
This
100
isn't common
people,
sense.
It
This is not common sense.
It is You just said that the gorilla's gonna one-hit KO everybody in the fucking 100 rounds. Are you crazy? When have you seen that shit ever in your life? And look, these niggas
What is he searching it up? What could you be
tried-
searching up?
Guys, talk. I want to hear
searching
Google.
up?
I want to hear
the
fucking
hell?
Bravo Malo.
I am telling you guys, I do
I don't hear
not
Google.
think. I think that you guys are really underestimating.
You're estimating
how
100
powerful-
people.
You're
You're
underestimating one gorilla, and that's enough to fucking lose a fight.
This guy, man.
You were talking. He would literally have to swing its arms only 100 times. That's
You
it.
talking about only 100 times?
That's it.
Only?
Only 100 times. How many times are you gonna have to swing your arm in order to make a dent and make it actually like feel it? Thick fur.
Bro, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying, you know how much energy you need to freaking punch?
Your hardest.
Your hardest 100
times in a row.
You don't even
And
you
connect
wouldn't even
in
have,
a row.
bro.
And you
think
saying
about
you
it.
saying the
A professional
gorillas
boxer-
and you saying the gorillas is like they ready for that? No, they not.
Yes,
What-
they are.
How
not,
are they
bro.
ready for that?
They're
One
literally
has a-
thick fur, straight muscle, 6 feet
So
tall, 400 pounds.
gorillas are made to kill 100 men.
They're not designed specifically to kill 100 men, but they're
But they
designed
can't.
to fight each other.
They can't. That's why.
Bro, but a gorilla isn't equivalent to 100 people though.
When have you seen a gorilla kill
Alright.
an elephant?
Oh.
Wait, what?
When have you seen a gorilla kill an elephant?
Nah, I don't think that's a magic that happens in the wild. Nasty.
Why wouldn't it happen in the wild?
I've never gone.
According to your
What fights has a gorilla gone up
according,
against?
according to your logic, if a gorilla could
Nah,
one hit KO 100 men, why can't it fight an elephant? If it got enough,
Motherfucker, I have never in my thought like, yo, they gonna really beat like that.
when have you seen a gorilla
Nah.
When have you seen an elephant and a gorilla in the same room together?
in a safari?
And what fucking safari,
Nigga,
McNasty?
Tarzan.
Niggas at Tarzan.
Do they not exist? Do they not coexist in the same habitat?
I don't know. I'm not an expert on these
Oh,
animals. I've never
you
had
know
them,
a
McNasty.
professional
I've
boxer's
never-
punch and how many? Come on, bro. You make
Nah,
no
search
sense.
it up. And nice,
Have you ever seen?
Because a
according to your
gorilla
logic,
versus
a
an
gorilla-
elephant is
a gorilla
crazy.
could
Nah,
fight
an elephant is fucking up a gorilla.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, if we talking about real life, like who's the real king of the jungle? I think an elephant is the king of the jungle. Like, who's fucking with an elephant? Let's keep it a
No,
buck.
there's animals that will prey on elephants. Because elephants are
like
not
a
meat
bull,
eaters.
like a ain't it called
they be chilling. They
ain't it called like a bull? Ain't it called like a bull elephant or a hippo? Who fucking with a hippo?
Hippos are fucking dangerous. Those motherfuckers are absolute threats.
How many people they could kill in one round? Say
A
something.
hippo?
Nah,
Say
a
something.
hippo is fucking shit up. 'Cause
Are they in
how you
their
making
natural habitat or are they in the water?
Niggas at water.
Are they in the water?
No, bro,
He
it could just
always
be.
trying to move the goalpost.
Yeah.
I'm asking a question. I'm asking
No, that's
when
too
did we
OP.
ask if you got to
I
fight
am
gorillas in the
asking a
tree?
fucking-
We never even said
Gorillas
that.
don't
shit.
even live in trees. Oh my brother. Oh.
So what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Do we live in trees? Do we live in
I asked
water?
a
Your shit
very
is not
fucking
consistent.
simple question.
Why
and
the
that-
fuck would we fight
Is
something
the
in water?
hippo gonna be in the water?
Why would we fight something in the
Who's
water?
gonna get the fucking advantage? The fucking hippo or us?
Nah, we
That's what I'm
say
asking.
that's too
There's
much of
not
an
even an
advantage.
advantage because hippos thrive on land too.
Yeah, they fast as shit.
I don't know how fast is a hippo?
Nigga, we're killing the hippo, bro. They have no.
You think so?
Yeah, bro.
No, 100 people, bro. 100 people is a lot of people, bro.
Anybody, yeah.
What
This shit
if
can do
we
20 miles an hour.
damn. Shit.
But
Them motherfuckers is quick.
But how about a tiger though? Or some Siberian tiger? Who fucking up a tiger? 100
100 men could easily take on a tiger. I believe that.
gorilla?
No, wait, what?
but not a gorilla.
How about a bear?
One gorilla versus one tiger?
One
what's
gorilla?
the count?
No.
What's the
100
ratio?
100 men versus a tiger.
We're killing
craziest
Yeah,
tiger.
we're
We're
killing the
murking it.
tiger. We're killing the tiger. I believe that.
All right.
But you
Yeah.
think A gorilla though is crazier than a tiger.
You guys are really underestimating the sheer force and size of a gorilla. I really don't think you guys are comprehending.
You never even heard of a gorilla killing more than like 10 people at a time. Come on.
Not even more than one. When have you ever heard?
We have weapons. We have weapons. Bro. What the fuck?
Like, come on.
You're saying anytime. He's saying that anytime somebody try to explore and look at gorillas, they could have instantly one punch that. Come on, bro. I see mad videos of people in the forest chilling with them.
Right next to him.
Right next to him. Chilling, feeding them shit.
Because they don't have actual beef. They don't have a reason to defend themselves.
But if they were that dangerous,
you're talking.
If they were that dangerous, we wouldn't even take the risk.
What do you mean?
We go playing with sharks. Oh, let's go play with some sharks.
Niggas do that all the time.
In the ocean. We do that, but we in cages. When we go in the. Come on, bro. They literally walk up to the gorilla and give them like.
I'm not gonna lie. Is there an animal that we don't fuck with?
What do you mean? Like we just at all don't?
Yeah, because we fuck with snakes. We fuck with tigers, lions. Oh, Komodo dragon? Do we fuck with those?
Yeah,
Komodo dragon's not that lethal though. Oh. I mean,
their saliva is dangerous. Yeah, their saliva.
But there's like so many ways you could just murk them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just don't let them bite you.
The motherfuckers is crazy though.
Sperm whale. How many men do you think will take to beat up on a whale?
Why gotta be a sperm whale?
Why?
Because it's like, I'm pretty sure that's like the biggest whale. Like what the fuck? How many?
So obviously we're in water.
You're talking,
and we're in water.
Yeah, no.
That shit don't even make sense though for real.
How the fuck were we even gonna do that?
I'm asking questions. I want to know the answers.
Punch it in the eye or something.
Right. Gotta go for the vital points, which is what you would do when you fight a gorilla.
Exactly.
You're not gonna.
I'm not gonna lie. At least one of them niggas is grabbing his dick.
I'm
not gonna
lie. Hey yo.
I'm just saying though. Like,
what are the vitals that you're grabbing?
At least one of them niggas is yeah.
What are the vitals that you're grabbing on a gorilla?
You're going for the eyes.
Okay.
At least one of them niggas is going crazy.
400 pounds, bulky, sits around like this.
You talk about like they just stand up straight. They hunched over, bro.
Okay. They can stand on the hind legs. They can walk.
Easily to just grab him by the fucking neck and just squeeze and
you get 20 people to jump on his back.
You're not wrapping your arm around the fucking gorilla's neck.
Listen,
what are you people talking about?
You jump on his back.
I'm doing it with a belt.
Eyes.
With a good ass belt.
No weapons.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's no weapons. But listen, you jump on his back, you scratch the eyes.
Okay.
Once it's blinded, it's cooked, bro.
I feel like that's even more dangerous of a weapon.
And say it got armor in the eyes.
I don't fucking know.
It's cooked. Once it can't see, it's
not
getting
smart.
smoked. Yeah, it could take down.
I'm saying you grab some dirt. You can't just grab some dirt and throw that shit in the eye.
That's what I'm saying. We're way smarter than
killing them.
We're gonna strategize.
Get me tight.
I really do think that you guys are just the sheer power of a gorilla. You guys are really underestimating how much.
You're underestimating 100 people, though.
I'm not underestimating them. Like that's why I didn't say like they would lose to a tiger. I don't believe that they would lose to a tiger, but to a gorilla, absolutely they would lose. In my humble opinion, that's what I believe.
What, you did some research before this or what?
I did a little. I'm doing the Googling.
He's Googling right now.
Yeah, I'm doing the Googling. The sheer force. You're talking about an animal that can hit harder than a professional boxer, and it's not trained to punch.
I think you're speculating that like these 100 people are just gonna go one by one squaring up with it. No, anything goes to win.
Again, there's only so many positions where people could be standing. You think that the average man has enough punching power to actually make a dent on a gorilla?
So say there's a gorilla. No, the average man, no, obviously not. No.
but I'm saying 100 of them.
I'm saying if there's a gorilla right there, boom, right in the middle, boom, and then say all around it, there's people, and then behind that is like whatever much for the 100. Mm-hmm. Like right behind the first line of people. And they just
rush them.
Ambush them.
Rush them.
That's not enough?
You're going to bum rush them.
Yeah.
So you think it's not going to swing its arms and just fucking wipe out the first row?
This nigga think it's Cyclops? What the nigga?
It's not going to swing its arms at all.
Yo, nah.
It's not going to try to do that.
And what you think is everybody's just going to tumble over?
Tight. What do you mean? What do you think is going to happen?
After the first human gets hit, that speed and that strength decreases
That is
rapidly.
like getting hit with a fucking club.
You think they're like wrecking balls or something?
Yeah, bro.
Bro, come on, bro. Be for real. Now you get me tight.
No. Let me see how much. How much
100
does
people.
How much does the arm of a gorilla? How many people does it have to hit?
Bro,
In that first row, first row, you're sending a wave of people. You're about to bum rush them.
Say 8 people.
How many people does it have to hit? Let's see.
8 people all around.
Bro, what are you Googling?
I want to see how much does a gorilla's arm weigh?
Nah, you're...
Yeah, he going too crazy, man.
Now you're going
I'm going with the
crazy.
men. I'm going with the men. I think the men would.
The men definitely...
Because we did our whole, like, history.
So the arm of a whale, not a whale, of a gorilla can weigh between 30 to 50 pounds. One arm alone. One arm alone. That's about a quarter, or no, what is that? Do the math. What's 25 divided by 2? Like 15%. 15% of the body weight of the average male. It's fucking swinging.
My name, but it's gonna swing, but it's gonna stop though. It's gonna stop. Bro, you think it's just gonna keep on
I'm gonna take
around?
bro.
It probably could.
No.
It can't.
How the hell is it gonna do that?
We're gonna have to take this guy to a zoo or something. I don't think
we don't have to throw him in there.
Those motherfuckers are big, bro. They are big.
So, according to that logic, why don't the gorillas just punch out of the window and escape if they have enough
those are
strength?
really thick glass.
Now this.
Like, it's really thick. You think it's a little fucking thin-ass pane of glass?
No, they 100 times the power. Why can't they do it?
You're fucking crazy.
If they got all that stamina, why don't they just climb up out of the encroachment thing and just escape?
They are normally specifically designed so they can't.
So who's winning, a bear or a gorilla?
That's a good question. What type of bear? It depends on the type of bear. Black bear's getting fucking murked.
A grizzly bear.
Grizzly bear, that's a closer fight. That's a very closer fight. It depends. It depends for me.
How about a polar bear?
I think the polar bear might get it. Those animals are fucking absolute animals.
How many?
I think a polar bear is fucking up more people than a gorilla.
You think?
It has claws.
You guys are only factoring you guys don't factor.
It has claws and it's like 10 fucking feet.
Sheer size of the animal.
How tall is a polar bear? Search that shit up. They like 8 feet tall. So imagine a fucking Shaquille O'Neal.
How many humans to kill a polar bear, Bryant?
Yeah.
So a polar bear can grow. The average male is about 4.4 feet. So it's not that big. The average female can grow larger on its hind legs. You're talking about 5.9 to 8 feet tall. So the females grow larger.
Damn. So the females is bigger than the males?
Yeah.
They gotta pick it up. Yo, but a female polar bear is fucking up more people than a gorilla.
At 8 feet? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. I'm not arguing that.
I don't know, man. I'm not going with the gorilla, man. I don't think because the gorilla don't got nothing but say, okay, it's strong, boom, it's strong, and the teeth, but like it's 100
it's
people.
It's only one gorilla versus 100 people.
I'm saying like the bear could actually like you know what I'm saying, like a gorilla. What is a gorilla gonna do, bro? To 100 people, man.
No, apparently, according to Brian, it's just gonna Superman punch everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
On the ring,
bro.
Like,
again, the average boxer is maxing out at 1,000 pound-feet of force.
My name,
a gorilla's doing 1,800. So, even if it's not punching you at full force, you are getting knocked out.
Oh, but it's not.
You're getting knocked out, bro.
Okay, but it's not gonna do that to 100 people, though.
Why? What makes you believe that?
Bro, you don't think it's gonna be tired, exhausted by like 30 people?
Have you ever seen an animal in self-defense mode?
100 people, Brian. Come on, bro.
Bro, it is taking on 100 men easily.
Let's say it take on
easily.
An average.
First of all,
easily.
I'm telling you, it's gonna probably take out 25 heads. That's that max. No way he's gonna after that. It's gonna be too tired. He's gonna have all these people on him, literally jumping on him, clawing at him, trying to do his shit. He's gonna get punched in the balls a couple times.
I'm telling you, bro. One of them niggas is gonna grab him.
It's gonna go down from sheer exhaustion, and then it'll just get stomped out. I'm telling you, that's how it's gonna happen.
Personally,
the fact that you don't know how. Like, the way that you're saying a gorilla is that powerful, that strong, all this other
I think
bullshit.
It's Thanos, man.
It's like times 10. It's like you were watching Dragon Ball Z and you saw the Saiyans turn into the monkeys and you think that's what it is. It's not like that, bro.
I'm just being very clear that it can efficiently take down 100 men. I truly, honestly believe that it could efficiently do it. Based off of the sheer speed and size of the animal. It just goes.
Times 100 people.
And when Mr. Beast do the video, put money on it.
He probably
listen.
Nah, imagine.
If this video, if they actually...
Mike Tyson offered money to fight a gorilla.
I believe that.
Come on now, man.
Mike Tyson's getting washed in his prime.
100 people. Imagine 100 Mike Tysons versus a fucking gorilla. That's not fucking it up.
They'd give him a run for his money. But
Prime Mike Tyson?
Prime Mike Tyson, they'll give it a run for its money.
Bro, we weren't even...
You know he used to bite ears, right?
But that's what I mean.
I don't think
They'll give him a run for his money, bro.
I don't think Mike is surviving. I don't know.
100 Mics?
100 Mike Tysons?
That's what we're talking about.
Versus one gorilla?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That gorilla's getting murked.
I don't know about murked. But
Bro,
it's definitely a
that
run for his
gorilla
money.
is getting knocked out.
It's definitely a run for the money. I'll give him that. But the average
that
man...
answer probably take like 10 Mike Tysons.
The average man is not Mike Tyson. That's
10 Mike Tysons on cocaine?
Yeah, that gorilla's
shit,
losing.
That gorilla's getting washed.
Yo, that's not a good sight.
All right. So before the episode started, we also had a spinoff to this question. If you were to lead a group of men to fight one gorilla and win, who would it be? So I asked you guys to bring 4 more people with you to a gorilla fight, and then we'll explain our answers here. I'll go first. So what I'm doing is, and everybody's in the mix, is your team, and you got to be on the field too. I'm going with 3 sumo wrestlers and John Bone Jones. And now my strategy behind this is, look, sumo wrestlers are strong. Have you seen that yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
We get 2 to grab the arms.
Okay.
1 to try to secure the neck. John Bone Jones is going to come and piece that shit up. Boom, 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 boom. The gorilla instinctively is going to try to fight back,
Okay.
but it has too much weight on it. Now, if the gorilla tries to throw off a sumo, all sumos do is push each other. He's just going to recover, boom, get right back in there type shit. Right.
No.
I'm going to be in the back chilling. I'm gonna let them do their thing. I'll probably grab a leg here or there just so I can say I did my thing.
Okay.
Or like if they really overpowering them. Remember when you were younger and you used to get like on your hands and knees and the nigga throw like topple them over?
Wait.
Like
This is a schoolyard fight.
bro, you
Wait,
need to
what?
take it down. Like I would like go and spear the knee of the
Oh, damn. That
the
shit hurt.
spear the
Do they
knee.
even have kneecaps? I don't think they have knees.
It don't matter. I'll aim for the legs.
They don't have knees?
It's
think
kind
they
of
have
like a
knees.
sweep or like
Think it just goes
anything to
straight
tumble
down?
it over.
I don't think they have knees.
They definitely don't. They definitely have some bendage in their knees, bro, in their legs.
Let's see. Do they have knee?
Do you know what a gorilla looks like, Brian?
They do have knees.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm aiming for the knees. Sheer weight, boom, tearing the ACL at least.
I'm saying
That
100
shit's
people
gonna
isn't
go
breaking
down.
a fucking gorilla bone.
No. Just to break
Bro.
Just to break a human pelvic bone, you're talking about thousands of feet of force.
You think
A human
you
pelvic
think
bone.
so
Now multiply that by a bigger, thicker bone.
So for example,
Multiply that times
so
100
for
people
example,
trying to
you
break
lay
it.
down on the floor
getting
and
fucked
100
up.
people run, just walk over you, just run over you. You not gonna have a broken bone?
A person will. Yeah, absolutely.
You
Not a
don't,
gorilla.
you don't think
Not
a
a gorilla.
gorilla,
Not a
like,
gorilla.
but we talking about
100
like
people, bro.
people is actually like wanting to hurt
Think
it though.
about the amount of mass that surrounds each one of those bones. That's what you guys are not. You guys really aren't calculating the amount of sheer strength and muscle that a gorilla
Yo,
is.
you're overhyping. Like you're sucking this gorilla.
Okay, look.
Not
Look.
gonna lie.
No, I don't even want to.
Can I end my theory before
Yeah.
this nigga's Googling again? He's Googling again. Come on, bro. So yeah, three sumo wrestlers and John Bone Jones. I think we'll take
John
that
Bone
gorilla
Jones.
down 20 minutes tops.
Me, I'm not my shit easy. Cause it's gonna be me. And I got Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Cause Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he's strong as shit, buff as hell, bald. You know, all the bald niggas is strong as shit. And he never loses. Have you seen him lose?
Plenty of times.
Not in WWE.
All the time in the WWE.
I'm saying that don't count. All right, but what you think about that? Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He not fucking
Is that
up
a solid pick? I say that's an ass pick.
A wrestler.
And that's why.
He wasn't like an actual like fighter.
And that's why this is my list.
He don't count. He don't count.
I got a fucking Samoan.
Okay.
Because who is fucking with a Samoan?
Samoans do be
Those
strong
guys
as
are
shit.
big. Those guys are big. I'll
Samoan's
give you
big
that.
as shit.
I'll give you that.
And I got my GOAT, LeBron James.
Brother.
LeBron James.
Oh, brother.
He is almost 7 feet.
Because LeBron is a team player and he gonna tell everybody what to do. Boom, you get the legs. Boom, you get the arm. Boom, you get that part. Boom, you get that part.
Mm-hmm.
He just gonna tell everybody what to do.
Okay.
And I got Kanye West.
What in the fuck?
Now you might ask, why do I have Kanye West?
Why
Like,
do you have
hey,
Kanye in this
Melly,
list?
are you tweaking? Melly, why are you doing that? Are you high? Are you drunk? I don't know. I got Kanye West because who the hell want to hear Kanye West talk? As soon as Kanye West open his mouth, that gorilla is probably going to sleep or is just walking the fuck away.
You're about to trigger Brian.
And that's
You're about to
fucking
trigger
it.
him right now.
Perfect list. Thank you.
But low key, if you strategize that list of people, you might be on something.
No,
Saying.
you're not giving him shit on that list.
Bruh,
There's
let
no-
me see the list. Let me see the list again. So, all right, look. Dwayne The Rock is old as fuck, but he is technically strong.
He never loses though.
He gonna at
When
least
have you
grab
lost
him.
in the
He
movie?
at least gonna grab the
in the
gorilla.
movie. If that's the case, I got
Like,
I got
or
the
you
perfect
could
list.
have like LeBron be the bait, and then when it get close, LeBron just jump over him.
I'm saying LeBron gonna jump over him. Huh?
And you know Kanye crazy, he might go and attack the. He might just go in and attack that.
And
nigga.
he might do the same shit he did to his cousin to the motherfucking gorilla.
Hey,
What the fuck?
That's why this is my pick, and I think this would win.
All right. That's his list. That's his
Thank
list.
you.
All right. So I, being a reasonable, I can only take 5 people with me, right?
4, because you're the 5th person.
Oh, I'm the 5th person. Oh, I'm the 5th person?
Yeah.
Well, that makes it a little bit difficult. All right. So 1, I'm taking 3 sumo wrestlers within the 300-pound
He
range.
wasn't even thinking
He
about
didn't even write it down. That's how you didn't even write it
I
down.
was. Because you have to think about it. You want to
Yeah.
encapsulate it. So if you have 3 sumos running at the same time, 300 pounds in each direction, running straight up against a gorilla,
Damn.
it's gonna have a hard time. You might actually have fighting chance. Because it's
That's
not
the
gonna
shit
be
that
able
get
to,
me tight though.
What do you mean?
Cause you think, oh my god, bro, you just be
300 pounds.
He
You're
be
talking
contradicting
900
himself.
bro,
pounds.
100 people though. You don't
300
think
pounds.
You're saying
you
3
think
sumo wrestlers.
10 people? You think 10 people on each side isn't doing the same shit to a?
No, it's not the same.
All right, but go ahead with your list, man. He just be contradicting himself. You just gotta let it rock, you know. You gotta let him talk.
It's not the same.
Go ahead.
So I'm going 3 sumo wrestlers, and then I'm going prime Mike Tyson as my last pick.
And that's
Que maldito copión.
What the fuck?
Didn't he do the same shit basically?
I
want-
said the same.
Yo, nah.
What the fuck?
This is a time. This would have been a great time for Google to help your ass, nigga.
Let's ask the internet. Let's
This
see.
nigga
Let's
really
see.
picked the same.
No, talk about. Let's ask AI to try to see what it thinks would be the
best?
option.
I still think I got the best list.
All right, so we're having a conversation here, and if we had to fight a lowland back gorilla, what 5 people should we pick?
That's a fun hypothetical. To take on a lowland gorilla, you'd want a mix of strength, strategy, and maybe a little fearlessness. Let's see. First up, a heavyweight boxer. Someone like Mike Tyson or Deontay Wilder. Their punching power could be key. Next, a mixed martial artist. Maybe someone like John Jones or Amanda Nunes. Their grappling skills would be super useful. For number 3, how about a strongman competitor? Think Hafthor Julius Bjornsson or Brian Shaw. Pure brute strength. Fourth, a parkour expert. Someone incredibly agile, able to dodge and distract a
You
gorilla.
do need agile.
Maybe someone like
You
Jesse
do need
LaFleur. And finally, a wildlife expert. Someone who knows animal behavior, especially gorillas.
That's
Maybe a
strategy.
researcher like Dr.
That's LeBron right
That's
there.
strategy.
He basically got the same thing I got. The fighter, my fighter is Dwayne The Rock
Don't
Johnson.
do that. Don't do that. They said LeBron James.
The agile one is LeBron James, and he's the smart one.
So what's
and the
Kanye? What's Kanye?
Kanye's the one who's gonna distract them, or the gorilla's
He is
just gonna
gonna
run
distract
away. Because who wants to be in a room with Kanye West?
So Brian, even Google is telling you that these 5 people could take down a gorilla.
No.
But now you're
It
saying
answered my specific hypothetical. If I were to go up against a gorilla, who those 5 people would be?
so. You seriously think 100 people would not equate to those 5 people right there?
Probably not, because these are peak human forms. They're peak of the top of the top. Bro, you're talking about like the top 1% of humans. The average person, that means out of those 100 people, you would have just those 5 people. If we're talking about the top 1%. That's what we're talking about. You guys are really overestimating how strong the average person is. The average person is not a professional fucking bodybuilder. Like, think about the recommendations it gave us. A boxer. It gave us somebody who's extremely agile. It gave us somebody who's, just a strong man. The average person doesn't do those shits.
So, an average person could go to the gym and go take boxing lessons. You think that's not enough?
No, nigga.
If you got 100 of those people, that's not enough to kill one gorilla.
I don't feel like it's enough. I don't personally think that it's enough. So what's the consensus? Do you guys truly, honestly, at the bottom of your heart, believe that this is all you would need? 100 men? How many men?
This is the question we should be asking. Do you honestly believe a gorilla is going to survive 100 men?
Abso-fucking-lutely, and I stand by that.
We'll let the comments decide.
Y'all better cook him in the comments,
Y'all
man.
better.
Y'all can say whatever y'all want in them comments. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Nerd.
All right, gentlemen, but going on to the last subject here. Gentlemen, have you guys heard the news of all of these judges that have been arrested recently? Have you guys heard these news stories? I want to bring this up and ask to try to see morally, where do we stand? Do we stand on the side of justice, or do we stand on the side of the judges? What do you guys think? Do you guys know the stories? Do you guys want me to give you a rundown?
So the story that I got was the judge in New Mexico was harboring...
That's Judge Cano and his wife, Nancy.
Were harboring illegal gang members in their basement. For what reason? You're probably going to explain that to me in about 2 seconds.
Okay.
But from the face of it is, you're not supposed to be doing that shit. Another face of it is,
okay,
if it was something that was right, you wouldn't be hiding them.
Okay.
So you know you're not supposed to be doing that shit. And the third thing is, he's a judge who should know the laws, and the law says you can't do that shit. So, sway me the other way, because that's the facet.
I'm not gonna sway you. That's not my job.
Facet of what I'm seeing right now.
That's not gonna sway you. That's not my job, because this is still a developing story. There's not enough information based off of like, this is exactly definitively what happened. Boom, boom, boom. There's not enough information like that. This is still a developing story. So let's start with the first judge. So this is Judge Cano and his wife, Nancy. Now, the allegation stands from him apparently renting out one of his units to an illegal immigrant, according to ICE. That is what they're alleging in the court findings. What they're saying is that the timeline goes something like this. The tenant, which I think his name is Miguel, moved into the property where he lives in with the judge. The judge lives inside of this property with the tenant.
So wait, they share a house?
Well, no, part of the house.
So
he's renting out a space in the house to this migrant.
The judge market getting kind of low? Don't they live in like mansions and shit?
No, it could be that he just has like a multi-unit.
When you heard of an old ass judge having a roommate?
No, well he owns
with his wife Nancy. Nancy didn't even divorce him and take the money. She's still there. What do you need a roommate for?
He owns the property. He like sells or rents out one of the units to Mr. Miguel.
So this guy bought a duplex.
I'm gonna assume some type of multi-family property, and one of the units he rented out to Miguel.
All right.
So ICE is alleging that Miguel was apparently involved in like some type of domestic battery or something like that incident back in 2013. He had a deportation order. I believe he got deported, but came back into the country. And that's why they were looking for him specifically. Now, the judge, after renting to Mr. Miguel, apparently he resigned from his job shortly after Miguel moved in. He resigned from his job, so he wasn't actively a judge. Now, this is where the story gets complicated. A couple of months prior to ICE raiding the apartment complex and arresting the judge, apparently the judge destroyed with a hammer and admitted to police that he destroyed with a hammer the phone of Miguel. Now, if you're anywhere in the legal profession, you know that admitting shit to the police is never you never talk to the cops. That's like rule number one. And he admitted that to the police. He said that they would have found incriminating evidence or like damaging evidence to his person, or like, you know what I mean? Like his character is essentially what the judge said. That's the reason why he destroyed the phone. So I'm going to assume by that point, the judge already knew that the ICE was already onto him. That's my assumption. So shortly after destroying the phone, the ICE apparently tried to raid the property. They arrested Nancy and the husband, the judge, Nancy got hit with conspiracy. The judge got hit with obstruction and something else in order to essentially play out this case that this judge is essentially harboring criminal illegal aliens. In this case, do you guys think, based off of at least the current story in the form that it's laid out, do you guys think that this judge is guilty? We have nothing else aside from that. That's the most news that we currently have.
So this is like an episode of Better Call Saul. That's what it reminds me of. So first of all, I don't know what state is this in. New Mexico?
Yes.
Do they run background checks when they leasing out to tenants? Why has he picked them specifically to live in your nice estate, Mr. Judge?
I don't have an answer on that. I don't know if they had particular
It just doesn't make sense. It's you pick this dude to come in, live at your crib, right? Rent a room at your property without a background check, without nothing, just off sheer good faith. You know what I'm saying? And then you go quit your job right after that.
Okay.
Right?
Now, I will add also, ICE is alleging that this Miguel is an alleged gang member of the notorious gang that they all of a sudden all love, Tren de Araguas. That is the gang that you see all over Fox News. But they've only become so recently interested in this gang. It's no longer MS-13. It was MS-13 back in the first administration. They switched over to Tren de Araguas because it sounds more menacing. Now, that's the alleged part of the ICE investigation.
But I'm saying everything is just not making sense from it. You asking if we think he guilty? Hell yeah, he guilty. The fuck? If he wasn't guilty, he wouldn't be destroying cell phones.
Why would a judge admit to that? Why would he admit to it?
Why would he admit?
Yeah, why would he give up that information? You're a judge. You know how the legal system works. Why volunteer that?
Because he knows once he deletes the phone, that's one less charge he could get hit with. He already knows he got caught, right? So he's like, I'm not going to incriminate myself more. I'm going to just destroy this.
What do you think was on the phone?
Why know what was on the phone, man?
What was on this? So
him toting guns.
So ICE, that is what ICE is alleging right now. There's no proof of that. We have no phone.
Exactly.
What proof? There's no proof. They're just alleging it.
All right, but
okay.
If that wasn't on the phone, was he destroying? It could be something even worse.
It could be, but we don't know.
But I'm saying it could have just been nothing. Action.
It could have been no.
It had to be something.
The judge specifically said that would have damaged his character, Miguel's character, if they would have confiscated the phone. So whatever was on there would have at least damaged Miguel's reputation.
Right.
But he could have just been.
And he can't let his mans look worse because they grouped together. Like he can't, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't that like the legal system though? Like say they don't know what's on the phone, so they just can't talk about it. They just can't use it. Nothing.
It's one of those. It depends. If a judge, you take that to a judge in court, and you don't have the evidence with you, then no, you can't introduce that as evidence because it's like, what do you there. Hypotheticals? We're not putting hypotheticals into a court trial.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't be like, he destroyed this phone, so he's automatically guilty.
Yeah, that doesn't work like that.
That's what I'm saying.
But him destroying the phone adds another layer to it that the jury might think he guilty.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it could help the jury. Okay.
But depending on what it is,
But that's the thing.
It could be minor.
You gotta. Well, he wouldn't. That's what I'm thinking. He wouldn't destroy it and admit to it if it was minor. I feel like whatever's on there is automatic for Miguel.
Okay.
Whatever's on that phone. And him as a judge and knowing the law, he's like, well, I'll just destroy it. Because without it, you can't get there. Because eventually, like this, you and Brian hang out together, right? Brian turns into a meth head. And y'all tight. Y'all just tight every day.
All right.
Okay.
Bro, by association, even if I never actually seen you smoke meth, but I see you with Brian every day, I'm going to assume
I smoke meth
that
too.
You're going to assume, but our legal system is not designed to do that.
But
That's not how
what
our
I'm
legal
saying.
system works.
But they're going to have workaways around it to where if you get a good lawyer, they're going to be like, well, why did he destroy the phone if there was nothing on it? And then
So
what are you going to say?
devil's advocate. Let's play devil's advocate real quick. Do you guys believe that ICE is correct and that Miguel was a part of this gang and he somehow got in with this judge and is now affiliated with this judge and the judge is gang affiliated? Do you guys think that that's a possibility?
I mean, that's leading to it, bro. I'm not going to say
But why
no.
would he destroy Miguel's phone? I don't get that. Why would he admit to that if you are a judge, you know the legal system, and you are directly tied with this man?
Because he had all the evidence on that phone, so you got to destroy the evidence.
But it doesn't make sense to me. Why would you admit that? Why give up that information? Because the phone destruction did not happen on the same date that they went to go arrest him.
But this is what
Why
I'm telling you.
Why admit that?
This is what I'm telling you, right? It's either... So did they actually ever find the destroyed phone or no? It's just here.
No. The judge himself admitted to it. He specifically said, "I destroyed the phone with a hammer because it had damaging character."
So boom, he's getting rid of
information.
He basically dry snitched on his mans. You know,
But he didn't say what he did. We don't know what happened.
You don't destroy stuff
Okay.
if there wasn't anything on there that needed to be destroyed. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So why would he smash a phone just to smash a phone? That don't make no sense.
I don't know. I don't have answers.
Now, if they ask him why you smashed a phone, and like you said, he said there's damaging stuff
on the phone.
He's basically dry snitching on his mans.
Okay.
Because they didn't ask him that. They asked him, why did you destroy the phone?
Yeah.
They didn't say, oh, Miguel was toting this, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Personally, I think in this situation, I think we should let it develop a little bit further because I think that there's something that is neither side is revealing to us about this situation. Because I feel like the ICE didn't have enough of a real case to go after this guy, and then the judge, why admit that? Like that's such a from a legal standing that makes zero sense. As a person who knows the law, that makes zero sense to admit that. Why give up that information? Why volunteer that?
Yeah.
So I feel like we need more on that story. Now, moving on to a different judge in Milwaukee, I believe it was, a Judge Mugen. She was recently arrested and charged by the FBI for obstruction of justice. So what happened was that there was some type of legal proceeding going on with an illegal immigrant inside of the court, right? The FBI, she was made aware that outside of her courtroom, the FBI was actually waiting to apprehend said illegal immigrant. For whatever reason, at least from the way that it's being portrayed by the media in the internet, the FBI did not have a valid warrant, and the judge felt that it was necessary to actually assist this illegal immigrant in going through a back door that only the jury would have had access to. The judge allowed him to try to escape through that door. Now, unfortunately for the illegal immigrant that was inside of the courtroom, the FBI had the entire place surrounded, and they promptly apprehended him, and then apprehended the judge shortly after that. Gentlemen, what do we think on this case? This is a case where the judge felt that there wasn't a sufficient warrant to actually give him the ability to arrest this man. This is her courtroom. She has control over how these type of legal proceedings would go. What do you guys think?
So wouldn't the judge just stop them from doing so? Where they go just to get this
They were
person?
waiting outside the courtroom. So they were lined up
so he's
outside
trying
the
to
courtroom.
sneak them out.
Yeah. So she took him out. She was made aware that they were standing outside the courtroom.
Why do you need a warrant? If they already knew they were going to arrest this person, what do they need the warrant for again?
But that's the problem. So right now, one of the things that we're facing right now in this country, and I don't think like the internet is taking enough, like paying enough attention to this, is that a lot of these arrests are happening without warrant. That is completely illegal. Like, if you don't have a warrant
So
out
they
to
just
arrest
scooping
someone,
them up,
they're
right?
just scooping people off the street.
Right.
How do you know they're not regular citizens? Which is something that we're faced with as of right now. We've deported, I think, a total of 4 American citizens that were supposed to be in the country
So they
without warrants.
They're getting them on first round flights.
Bro, it's not looking good right now. So the judges are like, we got to pump the brakes a little bit on this. Give me some more to go off of. If not, I can't let you arrest this guy.
I'm not gonna be a hypocrite because I feel like she got to go, bro. She knew what she was doing was wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because if she knew it wasn't wrong, right? Why she try to let it sneak out the back? Know what I'm
Because
saying?
she knew that even if she told them no, they can't go arrest him inside of that courtroom. As soon as he walked out through that door, they were going to
gonna
arrest him
get cooked,
regardless.
right?
Yeah.
Damn,
It was inevitable.
you can't be a hypocrite though. But
I have
No,
a
she-
hot take on this.
so she knew she was wrong, bro.
I have a
Go ahead.
I have a hot take on this. I'm going to be very honest with you, gentlemen. 99% of the people that are agreeing with the federal government right now would have pointed to the attic. They would have pointed to the attic. That is my hot take. And if you don't know what attic I'm referring to, that's exactly the problem. And I will wrap it up there.
Talk about Ed Frank. Oh my God, let's end this episode. This guy's a fucking.
I'm being honest. That's my personal take. That's my hot take.
And you're part of that.
I'm telling you, I would have been on the judge's side. I'm 100% on the judge's side in this situation. The way that the government is moving right now is not normal. That's my take. Melly, you're quiet.
I mean,
Am I wrong, Melly?
Nah, when you start,
I'm not
deporting-
agreeing with you. This nigga trying to set me up.
You're trying to tarnish your image, bro.
I'll take the hit on this one. I am being really honest right now. I think that the judges are doing the right thing. They're doing the humane thing. And
You think both judges are?
yes, both the judges. I don't.
Nah, the
I don't
first
know.
one
I don't
tweaking.
know the first one. I don't know the first one.
It was documented that the dude was deported and got a domestic abuse, bro. Get him the fuck up out of here.
Again, the way that the government is moving right now, I'm kind of on the side of the criminals. I'm gonna be honest. I'm on the side of the criminals right now.
Thank you for tuning in. High Notes Podcast, episode 18. We'll see you in the next one.
Fucking right.
Hey, man.